Okay.
Okay, right now we're going to show and demonstrate the procedure to remove the motor that controls the vertical movement of the handler inside the library. Before you attempt to take this assembly out, the handler must be all the way to the bottom position, and preferably engage the shipping screws on the handler so it will stay in place, because once you remove this assembly, if the handler is in a position other than the bottom, it's just going to drop like a rock to the bottom of the library.
Okay, so show us the handler and the shipping screws.
Okay, and this is what we're talking about. Before we started this, we made sure that the handle was at the bottom of the library and these shipping screws are engaged. So that way this handle is locked into position at the bottom of the library. Once you finish, you will be taking these shipping screws and disengage them so the handle will move freely again.
And they just screw in and out.
Correct. Yes. Just hand tight, finger tight, and then take them all the way out. You can see it when they disengage from the handle assembly. That way the handle will be free to move again once you finish. Okay. We have the handle locked in place at the bottom. First, there is a spring on this side. Then it's to be unhooked from the side of the motor. Okay, the spring is off now. Next, you want to take these wires off, or connectors I should say. They're keyed, so there's no way you can put them in the wrong place. Next, you want to undo this little tie over here and disconnect this little connector here. And now the motor is ready to come out. Now the next step is to remove 4 screws that hold down the entire assembly to the chassis of the library. There's one screw over here. There's one screw back here, and these 2 screws over here. Okay, first we're going to take this guy out. Make sure you use the number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. If you notice, there is some tension on this belt over here that as soon as you loosen up the screws, the entire assembly starts to move.
Show me the belt again.
This belt back here.
Okay.
And then, if you notice, you have room here to actually move the whole assembly forward or backwards to adjust the tension of the belt back here once you put it back in the chassis. So this is the last screw we're going to take out. And this should be the first one that you put in when you put the assembly back. And after you remove the 4 screws, you should be able just to slide it back towards the back of the library. And at that point, you have to disengage the belt. Leave it there because you are going to use this belt again, and the vertical motor assembly is out of the library.